One of the questions that should have been asked considerably a lot more after September 11th is why, if the Saudi Arabia mostly done the attack, as most of the hijackers were Saudis, did we invade Iraq and Afghanistan? The problem I see with attacking the Saudis is because George Bush had a lot of ties with the Saudis. This can be illustrated in a book known as House of Bush, House of Sod. Now, knowing this, Bush was very, very much closely connected to Bandar bin Sultan, who was the Saudi ambassador from all the way from 1983 to 2005. Now, we could have easily invaded Saudi Arabia, but here's the problem. We're allies. We're good. The Americans were very big allies with Saudi Arabia, so why would you invade them? And if we were to really go back to expose things, Osama bin Laden drew interest in George Bush Jr.'s project, Bush Energy, back in the 1980s. Now, this is another controversial aspect of why we wouldn't invade Saudi Arabia in 9/11. Now, I personally believe Bush and bin Laden were friends, and as soon as basically bin Laden realised that Americans betrayed him, stabbed him in the back, they started with their war on terror. But see Iraq and see Afghanistan, they both have nothing to do with 9/11. Because let's look at this very carefully, and as you can see, Iraq had none what's to do with it, but they got the stigma for it, and they got the blame. And you know why? The main reason why we invaded Iraq? 3 letters, begins with O, ends in L. Everyone knows what it is. It's oil. And that's basically why we invaded Iraq. And we didn't invade Saudi Arabia. Yes, they had oil. Yes, I'm not saying they didn't. But they were friends, so they were going to give us oil anyway. Iraq wasn't. Iraq did not want to give away his oil to Americans.